Welcome to the SuperPumped podcast, where we engage, excite, and ignite. I'm Ben Walters, an entrepreneur, pastor, coach, and consultant. On this weekly podcast, I share tools to help you blast through barriers in business and in life. After I sold my latest business, I did something crazy for a guy with a family, a Harvard degree, and money in the bank. I went undercover boss for 3 years into companies through entry-level jobs. I washed dishes, served pizza, flipped burgers, scooped ice cream, delivered packages, moved heavy objects, and cleaned. I intended to study processes, equipment, and supply chains to strengthen my own future ventures. Yet I discovered something totally unexpected. The people that comprised these businesses, from top to bottom, were uninspired and miserable. Entry-level workers treated as commodities, not humans, and turning over before any of us even learned their names. Middle managers in a hopeless vice between pressure from above and apathy below, and top leaders struggling to figure out why they had low customer and employee retention and weak balance sheets. The daily meat grinder of this work just deflated me. I became more apathetic and disinterested in the work and less helpful and engaged with my coworkers. Why should I care about an organization that doesn't care about me? And it didn't stop when I clocked out. When the deflated, beat-down me came home, my son would ask, "Dad, do you want to go shoot baskets?" "Nah, I'm good." My daughters would beg me, "Come on, make your famous chocolate chip cookies." "Oh, sorry, girls, I'm just too tired." My wife would ask, "Do you want to go out with friends?" "Could you tell them I'm working," or some excuse? I became bitter, cynical, and checked out, and didn't want to do anything other than just rant and rave about my terrible jobs. Now, none of this was me. After all, my fantasy football name is SuperPumped. I have always been excited about life, running marathons, traveling, starting and turning around businesses, coaching, rehabbing houses. And here's the craziest thing. I had all the experience, education, and means to parachute out of these jobs at any point. But all I kept thinking about was my coworkers that I loved, who couldn't pull the ripcord to a different life. For them, this misery was it, until they retired or die. But then I began to get fired up that we can all pull the ripcord and launch better lives. This is SuperPumped, where our mission is to build communities of people who are engaged and excited, inside and outside of work. This podcast will offer a toolkit for both personal growth and development, as well as building businesses we can be proud of. Listen on to ignite your SuperPumped life.